A brand new park for the residents of Benghazi. For Abdelmoumen Tajouri and his team, who have supervised the reconstruction efforts, it feels like a victory. In a few weeks, this garden will be in full color once more.
This
garden is the only breathing space in town. You know, we've been through hard times here. The war, the destruction, the Islamic State group. So this park will be a place where people can once again spend time together, where they can rejoice, be happy, and watch the children play.
A third of the city's buildings and roads were destroyed during the fighting which opposed the forces of Marshal Haftar to the Islamists. 2 years after the end of the fighting, the historic center of Benghazi is still a no man's land.
This used to be the nicest part of Benghazi, the Medina and its traditional houses. But look at what ISIS did to this place.
Rebuilding the city is such a gigantic task that it could be beyond the reach of the authorities of East Libya. They are running out of money. International help is scarce too. For the engineer in charge, the top priority is to fix the water and electricity network and make sure public utilities are running again.
Here in the east, we have scarce means, so we have no other choice but to allocate the little funds we have to priority spending, things that promote stability and security, rebuilding police stations, schools, hospitals, and public infrastructures, even public parks. But rebuilding all this costs a lot of money.
Local residents too pay a high price in this process. Most of the time, they have to fend for themselves, and they don't always understand their government's priorities.
Oh, they talk about reconstruction, but us, the people of Benghazi, we haven't received any help at all. Not a penny, nothing. Here we don't have much money, so we're left to fend for ourselves. So of course we're helping each other out. That's the only thing we can do.
In the last 2 years, Ahmed al-Subaihi has spent his afternoons sifting through rubble, helping residents to try and reclaim their houses.
This is a special form for building assessment. We evaluate the state of foundations. If it's still connected to the electricity grid, we assess the damage. Here we have pictures, different contracts, and the general state of the house.
Ahmed is a member of the commission set by City Hall at the end of the civil war to assess the extent of the damage. Here, Ahmed is visiting a resident who hopes to move back into his house.
To bring my children back here is out of the question. I'm too scared that the ceiling might collapse. So I work here during the day, but at night we go to sleep elsewhere.
Faced with growing popular unrest, General Haftar appointed his right-hand man as chief fundraiser for the reconstruction of Benghazi. But General Madani Yunus admits that the road to recovery will be long and painful.
We need billions of dollars to rebuild a city that's been reduced to rubble by war. As soon as we have the funds, God willing, things will happen fast. But we cannot really start the reconstruction before the whole of Libya's territory has been fully liberated.
Despite the hardship, a sense of normality is slowly returning. Benghazi wants to stand on its own again and leave the conflict in the past.